please do stand up.
Talking about doing a thing can be beneficial to your life.
That's actually wrong. Yeah. Hi, I'm Wes Dunlap. It's time for another video article. If you want to start succeeding, you have to stop talking about things. Talking to people is nice, and it's really fun. Talking with my friends is one of the best parts of life. And talking with strangers is fun too, even if it is significantly less fun. But also it can sometimes be more fun if it's a really good stranger. Your enjoyment of the conversation is, I guess, on a case-by-case basis, and is determined by whether you're talking to a particularly interesting stranger or a particularly boring friend. Either way, it's a really good time. Do you know what's better than talking with your friends? Dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical that your brain releases to make you feel good. It's sort of like serotonin, but it's different. I'm not really sure how, but it is very different. All of that doesn't really matter very much to me, to be honest. Basically, dopamine is something that makes you feel good, otherwise known as pleasure, and pleasure is very good. It's very easy to start abusing the system, which is why people sometimes binge eat food, or have a lot of sex, or watch too much TV, or drink a lot of alcohol, or become addicted to drugs. If you're struggling with any or all of these things, I advise you to immediately seek professional help, as I'm not properly equipped to help you work through these issues. Anyways, why am I talking about dopamine? Humans enjoy accomplishing things, and dopamine helps us work towards that goal. But so who are you? You're just a person. You're just living your life. And we've established that talking to people and accomplishing things both feel good. So what's the issue? Let's say you're trying to become a filmmaker, and you have a really great idea for a short, which is like a film, except it's shorter. You have a great idea about divorce, which pulls from your experience as a child, and you have a really distinctive visual aesthetic in mind. You've never actually done any of this before, but you can learn. Maybe you talk to some friends about this, or maybe even a stranger. And when you tell them about your idea, they think it's really cool. They say, wow, that visual aesthetic is really distinctive. They think you're awesome and talented, and you feel awesome and talented. But I got some bad news. After 6 months of telling people about your idea, you realize you haven't even written the script yet. You don't even know how to operate a camera. And worst of all, you don't feel motivated to do any of this anymore. So you give up and drop the whole thing, and you feel like shit. Okay, now that was a hypothetical scenario, but what went wrong here? As you were going around telling people about how you were going to make your short film, you felt great. You felt really fulfilled. And that's because our brains are dumb. They do not understand how time works. Our brains are unable to tell the difference between something that's going to happen and something that has already happened. Every time you told someone you were going to do this thing, your brain released the dopamine that made you feel like you had already done it. And that felt great, but you never actually did anything. And that's the vicious cycle. On some level, we know that the thing we're talking about hasn't actually happened yet, and that the promise of something does not guarantee its completion. But the part of our body that controls how we feel on a chemical level does not know or understand that. And it just feels so damn good. So who cares? But one day you'll find yourself thinking, why did I never accomplish any of the things I wanted to? And it will be because of your secrets and your lies. Every lie you tell incurs a debt to the truth. And one day, that debt is paid. Now, let's try that again. You have an idea for a short film. You have a great idea and a distinctive visual aesthetic in mind. You write many versions of the script until you reach a final product you're proud of. You watch films and explore what type of work you like within the medium. You get things done.
It is exhausting being with someone who is so fucking needy. I don't need you.
Wow.
I don't fucking need you.
Nice job. You did it. You made the project you wanted to make. You accomplished something. And I bet that dopamine feels pretty good too.
It does.
Oh, you. It's all right. So what am I trying to communicate to you? Stop saying things out loud and just start doing them. And I'm not saying that the version of you that didn't make the short film is worse than the version of you that did. but just potentially a more fulfilled version. And if you're the type of person who believes that you don't need to accomplish things to feel fulfilled, then fine, don't do any of this. I don't really care. But for a little while, just try it. Just stop talking about it and just do it. Do the thing and feel the sense of accomplishment within, instead of searching for validation from external third-party sources. And that's it. Yeah, that's the video. It's a pretty simple concept, to be honest. I'm sure you've heard about it before, and now I've dissected it to an annoying level for the past 2 or 3 minutes, which is sort of the whole thing with these video articles. It's like an idea that it's really annoyingly focused on. If you've seen them before, I'm sure you sort of get the whole shtick, and if you've never seen one of these videos, now you get it. Actually, the point of all this is to generate content. That's why we're here. That's the whole point of all of this. Pink Panthers was in the last video. Pink Panthers saw my movie, by the way.